Hey everyone, today on People Now.
I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you, I got this ring.
Fans are going crazy for Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion's steamy new music video with a surprise cameo from Kylie Jenner.
Also on today's show, new heartbreaking details as a coroner rules on why Love Island host Caroline Flack took her own life.
Plus,
depends on how big the glass is.
how does Luke Bryan really act after 3 margaritas and a shot? He's getting real with us about that and his new music.
Meredith Vieira gives us tips on how to be proactive about your health and also gives an update on her dog after it was attacked by a coyote.
I've always been a dreamer ever since I was a little girl.
Katie Holmes reveals her secret to being inspired and finding vision for her future.
All that and more today on People Now. Let's go.
Hey everyone, welcome to People Now. So good to see you. Happy Friday, guys. And I'll tell you this, what better way to kick it off than with a little bit of Luke Bryan with the song of the summer. Andrea, you had a great interview with him.
Yes, so I talked to Luke Bryan. His new album dropped. He has this song called One Margarita, gets you excited for the weekend.
Can't stop singing it.
Yeah, we love country music stars, but Luke Bryan, I mean, he's up there. So it was really nice to talk to him, and he's just so nice. He's so nice.
And there's a lot of music stuff that we're talking about today. We actually begin with this. Here's what you need to know and what's trending for your Friday. All right, Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion just released their new song, WAP, along with a full disclaimer here. Steamy, not at all safe for work music video. Might want to take any little ones out of the room before you watch it or even listen to it.
I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you, I got this ring.
In it, the rap stars tap in a few of their famous friends for a cameo, including beauty mogul Kylie Jenner.
In the video, we see Jenner strutting down a hallway in a cheetah print getup, complimented with arm-length matching gloves, over-the-knee boots, looking good. Jenner mesmerizes the camera. Am I projecting? Maybe. As she enters this mysterious room where Cardi takes over again to rap another verse.
But wait, there's more. Cardi and Megan also called on Normani for an appearance. In the video, the singer demonstrates her impeccable dance skills before ending her cameo with a flawless, jaw-dropping split. Others who make some eye-catching appearances include Ruby Rose, Sukihana, Rosalia, and Mulatto.
In a new installment of New Music Daily on Apple Music, Cardi spoke about the inspiration behind this project. She said that she wanted to end the misconception that women can't support other women in the industry. In the interview, she said that she feels like people want to pin female artists against each other.
Cardi also reflected on her experience in the music industry, admitting that she initially didn't feel welcomed by her peers. She said, quote, "When I first started doing music and everything, my feelings got hurt. A lot of times because I felt people just kept denying me in my face." She says it was her husband, Offset, that gave her her first feature.
Cardi then explained why she cast the women she did in her video. She said this, quote, "I wanted a lot of different females, not just female rappers. I wanted different." She added, "These are the girls that I personally like." WAP is Cardi's first song in 9 months. A coroner in London has ruled that late Love Island host Caroline Flack killed herself because she knew she would be prosecuted for assaulting her boyfriend.
According to Sky News, coroner Mary Hassel stated to a court during a 2-day inquest that Flack was terrified of the publicity that the case would bring because she, quote, "knew she would face the media, press, publicity. It would all come down upon her."
In December 2019, Flack had been charged with assaulting Lewis Burton. On Tuesday, the court heard that when Flack's body was found, a note was discovered nearby saying she wanted to find harmony with Burton.
According to The Independent, Hassel also drew a link between the media coverage of the assault case and the TV personality's declining mental health, explaining that seeing her private life played out in the national press was incredibly difficult for Flack.
According to the Eastern Daily Press, Flack's mother, Chris Flack, who watched the inquest remotely, tearfully told the court on Wednesday that she believed Caroline was seriously let down by the authorities. She said that she believed it was a show trial, explaining, quote, "Being well known should not allow special treatment, but should not allow making an example of someone."
Flack took her own life at her apartment on February 15th. She was 40 years old. And we want to take this opportunity to remind you that if you or someone you know is considering suicide, please contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK, or you can text STRENGTH to the crisis text line at 741-741, or go to suicidepreventionlifeline.org.
Forget being a pop star. Katy Perry says she is a pooped star. It's a pun. The singer is nearing the final stretch of her pregnancy, and she is pooped out, everybody. Perry shared a photo on her Instagram showing her on a shopping trip for baby supplies. In that photo, she's wearing a face mask, gray hoodie, and leggings with green slides while lounging on a recliner with her feet up on a matching ottoman. She captioned that post, "Poop star." She even tagged the location as "I have had it." I love that. She's kind of like owning the exhaustion of that kind of experience. Definitely been there.
I would just order it, right? If you're Katy Perry at this point, I would just order the
Get the
supplies
delivery.
in. Perry's fiance, Orlando Bloom, left a comment simply writing, "I love you." Very sweet. Last month, Perry made a virtual appearance on Australian radio show Kyle and Jackie O and revealed that she's at the stage during her pregnancy where everything is swollen, adding that she wears sandals everywhere that she goes, which is evident in her post.
Perry most recently opened up exclusively to People for this week's cover story about getting mentally prepared for motherhood. Perry luckily has so much support, telling people, quote, "Having a great partner, having a sound mind, and continuing to do the work, I'm not as flinchable."
She also adds that her upcoming album, Smile, has helped her as well. Really great to hear. And for more on Katy Perry's journey to motherhood, be sure to check out the latest issue of People. It's out now.
All right, stay with us. The personal reason that Meredith Vieira is getting involved with a cancer initiative and her advice for all of us to take control of our health. Plus, Luke Bryan's 7th studio album, Born Here, Live Here, Die Here, is out today. He is talking to us all about that and his possible return to American Idol. Stick around.
I'm open to the possibility that whatever happens,
Oh my God.
even the bad stuff, can lead to better things.
I know there's a
I can't afford a new roof.
Let me help.
Why are you helping me?
Oh, because I can.
Katie Holmes and Josh Lucas star in the new on-demand drama called The Secret, Dare to Dream. It's inspired by the best-selling self-help book, The Secret, and the 2006 documentary by the same name. It's based on the belief of law of attraction that a person's thoughts can directly change their life.
Fox 5 Vegas anchor Rachel Smith caught up with the movie's stars, and Katie told her why it's great that this film is making its way directly into people's homes during this time.
I am really proud of this film. I've always wanted to work with Andy Tennant. He is our director. He, of course, did Hitch and Sweet Home Alabama. And he brings this same feel-goodness to this movie that he brought to those other films. And although it was supposed to be released in April, I'm so happy that it can be in people's homes now. And it's a family film, so you can watch it with your whole family. And we're all spending a lot of time with our families, which is wonderful. And to find something that everyone can enjoy and feel a sense of relief and a sense of hope, I feel happy to be a part of.
I have to tell you, I mean, you have a nice little love triangle going on with the fun and charming Jerry O'Connell and then the smoldering Josh Lucas. Well played.
Jerry's character Tucker and Josh's character Bray, they're both very distinct men and with very good intentions, and you really understand what each of them is going through, has gone through, and as well as Miranda. So I feel like it's a bit of a character-driven piece as well as a romantic comedy.
And this isn't Josh Lucas's first love triangle as an actor. His character opposite Reese Witherspoon and Patrick Dempsey in Sweet Home Alabama had a similar relationship conflict. Watch this.
Whether it's Patrick Dempsey or Jerry O'Connell, these fellows don't stand much of a chance against you, my friend.
I can't afford a new roof.
Let me help.
Why are you helping me?
Oh, because I can.
How do you know Miranda?
I don't really.
Why are you fixing her roof?
Yeah, in both cases, I had great dueling partners, that's for sure. I think that's partly, again, to go to the Andy Tennant of it all. You know, I think Andy always likes, his movies a lot of times have love triangles. It's part of the thing that he likes to explore. And I think Andy's an interesting director because I think he believes movies should be entertaining and light. They should have a lovely message to them if they can, but that our job is sometimes not to challenge people, is sometimes not to, and right now I find so often that we are in these such dark times that it's easy to get lost in dark cinema and in dark thinking. And yeah. I think Andy's always wanted to do the opposite. And so I really like that. And I think he thinks love triangles are funny and fun. And,
They are.
And of course, The Secret isn't only about relationships. It's based on the belief of manifesting our visions to influence our life path. Katie shares how she's manifested her own visions to help her throughout her career.
I actually use vision boards a lot when I'm getting ready to make a film. I'll cut pages out of magazines. Anything that inspires me, I'll put it on a board to help me create a character, help me to create a mood. And I've always been a dreamer ever since I was a little girl. I've always sort of saw the world in a way where I thought anything was possible. And so I continue to believe that.
What are you doing right now?
Taking in this gorgeous sunset.
I don't understand what's happening here.
I think you and I collided for a reason.
What's it say? There's a better day coming.
And when it comes to using the power of manifestation to land movie roles, here's what Josh had to say about that.
Has there been any role in particular in your career that you really use the power of manifestation to land that part?
Well, I mean, there's been some miraculous ones, I would say, particularly. I mean, I fought hard for some of them. I definitely fought for Ford versus Ferrari, but Glory Road is a movie I really love. The story of the 1966 basketball team and that coach. I think that movie is such a special movie. The character was an amazing character. He became a great friend. And I search for those, and sometimes they come and sometimes they don't. But in that case, that's one that I definitely, I pulled towards me, and it miraculously came. Basically, Ben Affleck dropped out as well. So.
All right, you can watch The Secret, Dare to Dream right now on video on demand.
The game show 25 Words or Less is back for season 2, but things will be done a little differently this time around. I caught up with the show's host, Meredith Vieira, all about it. But before we got into that, she gave me an update on her dog Jasper, who was attacked by a coyote back in June. Take a look.
He actually was attacked on June 1st, the day before he turned 16 years old. And it's so funny. I mean, not funny, haha, but I know there are coyotes around this area, but we're very close to the city, and you don't anticipate they're going to be in your yard. Our vet, who identified the wounds, said since the pandemic, a lot of animals, wild animals that would normally forage in dumpsters, haven't had the opportunity to do that because restaurants have been closed. So they've been encroaching more and more on suburbia, quote unquote, because they're hungry too. And obviously this lone coyote, mid-morning, maybe he thought Jasper was an easy target because Jasper's a little bit of an old man, but he survived. He had severe wounds and his jaw was broken. He had 2 teeth knocked out. Jasper, not the coyote. I could only wonder what happened to the coyote because he disappeared. And it was, I wasn't there at the time, but Jasper goes in and out of the house and just lies on the warm patio. So I came home and I discovered this, and I didn't think he was, that's our cat. I didn't think he was going to, everybody talks in this house. I didn't think he was going to make it. And I even said to the vet, he's lived a great life and I don't want him to suffer or his life to be really diminished because of this. And you couldn't even go into the vet. It was a trauma center because of COVID. So everybody had to stand outside and wait for a doctor to come out and explain what was going on with your animal. He finally came out about an hour later and he said, I got to tell you, I've never seen a dog with more will to live. He said, we're going to attempt this surgery. He's lost a lot of skin, but we'll do the best we can. And I mean, he's here and he's great. His wounds are almost entirely healed. He's running again. He's got his obnoxious bark back, but I love it so much. I'm so glad that he's barking again. So thank God.
Meredith's dog Jasper isn't the only thing close to her heart. The TV host is partnering with a special cause, Pfizer's Find Your NBC Voice initiative. She tells me what inspired her to get involved.
MBC stands for metastatic breast cancer. It's cancer that is breast cancer that spread to another part of the body. And my grandmother in the early 70s, so I was a teenager / young adult at the time, was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer. But back then, never really heard of it before. My family, even though my father's a doctor, we didn't really talk about it. And my grandmother, who was on my mom's side, Philomena, she was an immigrant from the Azores. English was not her first language. She was a reserved lady and somewhat shy. And I think she deferred to the authority figures, in this case, her doctor. So I don't believe she asked any questions, certainly none that I knew of. And I didn't really even understand what that metastatic part of metastatic breast cancer stood for. But what I do remember through all that was I remember her being scared, obviously, having cancer. And I also, I've thought a lot about it. It was almost as if she had lost her bearings, more than just being scared. If you're scared in your environment, you can think. okay, this is what I have to do. But she had been dropped into this world that she had never heard of before and now asked to navigate it. So you could tell that she was like, where am I? What do I do? And didn't have the ability to ask questions and to advocate for herself. So when Pfizer came to me and told me about this initiative, Find Your MBC Voice, I thought, geez, I want to do that for my grandmother, because I wish she had had this when she was diagnosed. I think she would have felt, I mean, it's still a very tough diagnosis, but there's something empowering about taking control of your own health care.
You're obviously no stranger to serious health conditions. You just spoke about your grandmother. Also, your husband has MS. I mean, how has coping with those realities shifted how you think and move when it comes to health and wellness?
Well, you have to be proactive about your health. And I know it's hard during this pandemic. So many people have not gone in for their treatments, whatever they may be, because they're scared. They're scared of this virus. In other cases, doctors' offices have closed. So you can't go if you want to. But when you're diagnosed with something as severe as this, you have to speak up, because cancer doesn't take a break.
The coronavirus pandemic really shook up production schedules for a lot of TV shows, but for 25 words or less, the show will go on. Meredith shares with me how the team plans to make that happen.
They're building a studio in my basement in like a week or so. Just a little 10 by 10 foot thing with a green screen and a camera and some lights. And then everybody else in LA, the celebrities and the civilian contestants, they'll go into an actual studio a lot, but they'll be separated into pods, so they never physically interact with each other. And the director feels very confident that we can pull this off and maintain the fun of the game. And we're all gung-ho. I mean, safety first, obviously, but we want to keep bringing the game to folks because they've been enjoying it. And the one difference that I know of for sure is we are going to honor our superfans who've been so supportive with sort of a virtual hug. Every affiliate will be asked to find 4 super fans, and then they will join us through Zoom. And each fan will get a contestant that they're sort of buddied with, a civilian contestant. And if that contestant goes on to win the 10,000, they'll get 1,000, our super fan at home, or at least a Visa gift card for $100. So it's just our little way of saying thank you. And I know, bear with us this season, and let's all just stay safe and have a laugh.
Stay tuned. 25 Words or Less returns in the fall. And if you or someone that you know has been diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, head over to findyourmbcvoice.com to learn more about the initiative.
One margarita, 2 margarita, 3 margarita shot.
That was a quick listen to One Margarita, which not only became Luke Bryan's 25th #1 single of his career, but also the 3rd #1 single off of his 7th studio album called Born Here, Live Here, Die Here, which is out today. I spoke with the country star all about his new music and more, including the likelihood that he'll return to American Idol next season. Watch this.
I've had the album completed for a long time, and was originally supposed to put it out in April, and then we certainly with all of the COVID-19, that was on the front of everybody's mind. So we decided to delay it a little bit. So now it's finally here, and I'm excited for the fans to hear it.
Yeah, a lot of great songs. What would you say is the most personal song to you on this album?
Gosh, it's tricky because, songs are, I mean, it's kind of a cliche to say, but songs are kind of like kids, but songs are kind of like children. But I really love Where Are We Going? I really love just the simplicity of the whole song, and makes me kind of feel like, like love back in college and stuff like that. So that one's, and obviously Build Me a Daddy's very emotional to me too, when you hear how emotional that song is.
You also have some really fun songs on there. One Margarita became your 25th #1 hit. How surreal was that? And also, how many margaritas did you have to celebrate?
What I'm learning is now people want to, send me 3 margaritas and a shot when I'm out somewhere. So I'm like, hey guys, I got to survive this song, but yeah, I mean, we've had some margaritas around the house, and the song has just been really, really a blessing to have out this summer. I think here in a year where we're hearing there's a lot of uncertainty out there in the world. There's a lot of things going on. So I think sometimes people want music to just check out, and they just want to hear something fun and take, like when my wife's having a bad day, we always go try to find a fun movie, a funny movie to watch. And I think that, I think One Margarita's been the perfect little thing for everybody to get away, listen to, dance, and drink some margaritas.
It's fun. I don't know though. As I get older, 3 margaritas in a shot, I don't know if I can do it. I mean, how does Luke Bryan act when he's had 3 margaritas in a shot?
Depends on how big the glass is. That's kind of important. If you do 3 fish bowls, probably don't. I wouldn't recommend the shot, but sometimes you got to pour them small, petite margaritas.
Okay, that makes more sense. The title track, Born Here, Live Here, Die Here, is about a person who's really proud of that small town life. I relate to that growing up on a farm in Wisconsin. You've spoken about how for many years you thought that was going to be you, who never left your hometown. Was there a specific moment where you realized that it wouldn't be you and that you'd actually leave your hometown?
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I'm glad you put it that way. I'm one of the people that obviously, without that hometown, I had a lot of people in that little town pushing me to go chase my dreams, and I did. And so when I can record a song like Born Here, Live Here, Die Here, it really pays, it honors and pays homage to those, so many people like that I knew, and even so many of my fans. You've heard songs through the years where people want to get out of that hometown. And I go back to my hometown and I love the feeling. I love seeing old friends. And this Born Here, Live Here, Die Here really, it's almost like a autobiographical story of how my dad is. My dad loves his job, loves to get up, do his routine, go spend some time in the outdoors. And this song certainly touches on all of those topics.
I love it. All right, last thing real quick. I have to ask about American Idol Season 4. It was renewed. What's the likelihood you think you're going to return as a judge?
Well, I know, we're in the talks. It's a lot of people figuring it out, but we're everything's looking very positive down that road of me coming back, and we just gotta cross all the T's and dot all the I's, but I love the role. I love the show. I love what it does. I love how we can find talent, and I love how that talent actually goes on to affect and change music. And like I said, I think we got to get Miss Katy. She's got to get her little one here safely and healthy, and then. But I certainly looking forward to the opportunity of working with Lionel and Katy and Ryan. And so, yeah, everything's looking quite positive.
That's great. Have you and Katy bonded over the fact that you both have albums coming out the same month?
Well, I've checked in with Katy a little bit, and obviously I watch all her socials, and she's a workaholic, and we're both working hard, and either way, we just enjoyed. We enjoy being able to do, make music and do all these things. And like I said, I don't know how she has time to put albums. Put albums out, and then she's fixed to be a new mom. So I'm so excited about everything going on in her life. And, I'm sure, we'll, whoever sells the most album in the month, if it's me, I'll have to give her some grief. And if it's her, she'll let me know.
That's amazing.
It was so fun to catch up with him. Luke Bryan's new album, Born Here, Live Here, Die Here, is out now.
All right, coming up next week, actor Adam Devine is joining the reality TV world with his new Quibi series. It's called Bad Ideas. He tackles one terrible idea after another. We are talking with him all about that and so much more.
Plus, Bear Grylls is sharing all the details about his new Amazon Prime show called World's Toughest Race, Eco Challenge Fiji. So great to talk to him. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing weekend.
Bye, guys.